I'm Hedgy. I currently have an ear infection, my back is hurting, and I've pulled a muscle in the back of my left thigh. So I would like a like just for turning up. And if you're thinking of giving me a dislike just to be contrary, that's too obvious and frankly beneath you. This is ARKAIK. That's the longest intro just before I actually said the band name ever, I think. Ignoring all of my, frailties. I had an email from ARKAIK, who has recommended The Odd Thing before in the past, actually. And he's basically saying, check this out. Alrighty. So this is ARKAIK, recommended by ARKAIK. I don't think there's any. Anyway, Supernal Flame. I'll get there. As far as I can tell, this is just a single. I looked on their Bandcamp page and I can't find an album. So it's just a single at the moment. And it's a really cool cover and it makes for a very cool t-shirt. So if you want to support this band, there's a very cool t-shirt on their Bandcamp. Unfortunately, from the US, the postage is roughly the same price as the t-shirt. So, not paying it. But to get it over to the UK. But, if you like this, as ever, support the band. I haven't heard it. We're just going in blind. So give me a second to put this in my sore ear. Luckily, it's not actually affecting my hearing. It's just my ears a bit unhappy. This is not important, but I like to share, overshare. I've got no video. Right, you can hear it. It's quite a lot to unpack, that's for sure. Oh God, where do you go with all of that? I think it was the bass player's day off when they made the video. I love. Well, there's so much to love. I really like this, by the way. Right, let's just get that out of the way at the start before I start pulling it apart. It's just that was just really good quality stuff. I love the drummer's economy of movement. No elbows, you know, just paying attention, listening to his click track or whatever, focused and total economy of movement. So you don't wear yourself out. And you know, if you just looked at if the video had been on his face, say, and you hadn't seen what he was doing, you wouldn't. He would have been just like, you know. Whereas I'd have had sweat flying off me everywhere and would have screwed it up 100 times in the first minute. So, you know, he's like totally accurate, but his economy of movement just listening, paying attention. It's real. It kind of made me think of the difference between being in the studio and being on the stage, because the guitarist sits there and he's like, yep. You know, the focus is on hitting every note and the focus is on getting it right. I know they weren't recording the song as they were doing this, it's a studio playthrough, but still that's kind of studio mode, isn't it? It's like, yeah, I've got to hit all the notes and I've got to hit them in the right order and hit them at the right tempo, etc. So you just focused, and then you get on the stage, and if you miss one or two or it doesn't come off quite right, it doesn't matter, because it's about the energy and you run around kind of thing, and you got this too. Anyway, not important. But this fits right slap bang, doesn't it? Right in technical death metal land, without a doubt. The musicianship here is just superb. I mean, it's just superb. I love the slightly extended solo. Just great, fits exactly. The production was killer. You know, that production when I mean, the heavy, slower parts, the breakdown parts, if you like, just really down it went, and then they would have a sort of, I hesitate to use the word, but they'd have a lighter part, and then when they boom, it comes in again. You almost felt it, that boom kind of thing. It's way. The production was superb. You could pick out. I could hear the bass. I could hear the you know, this. I could hear that particular bit of the drum kit. Even it was superb. And then his vocal, which is a great death vocal over the top, fit in and didn't overwhelm the song. I think it's always tempting for whoever mixes it to just like turn the vocals up a bit. You think, we need to be able to hear the vocals, and I said this a couple of videos ago about a song where the vocal was just a touch too high, and it killed. Admittedly, the music was a lot more lighter than this and had much more of a sort of medieval lilt to it. And his vocal just kind of drowned it out a bit, and you lost some of the detail. Whereas in this, the vocal fit right in with everything else. That's good production. So it's top stuff. And if you go to their Bandcamp page, so there's a link under here to this video, and then from there there's a link to their Bandcamp page. And if you go to their Bandcamp page, you can buy the song for $1. $1. Okay, so that's what in real money, that's about 70 pence, 60, 70 pence, I think it is, at the exchange rate at the moment. Let's say 70. I'm not entirely sure. That's nothing. I mean, that's nothing. For all of that work, for all of that technical trickery and all of the thought and the pain, suffering, sweat and tears that goes into making music, you can buy the song for $1. And if everybody who thinks, oh, I like this, gave them $1, you'd be really supporting them, I suspect, and I think you'd probably make them very happy. So yes, there is just one song in their Bandcamp as far as I can tell, and that's it. And there's a cool t-shirt that goes with it. I'll keep saying that, but hey ho. So they're from America. They're from going to say this right. Is it Des Moines? Is that how you pronounce it? Des Moines, IA. 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 What's IA? What state is IA? Indianapolis? Is that even a state? God. Hey, I'm from England, you know. No, Indianapolis isn't it? Is that a state? There's Americans now laughing at me. Indiana. What else could IA be? Iowa? No, surely not. I have no idea where Des Moines is. They're from there. Des Moines in IA. This review's over because I've totally lost my thread now completely, trying to figure out where IA is. I'm going to go and look it up. Anyway, there you go. Well done, ARKAIK. That's a killer. That is a killer track. So a song by a band called ARKAIK. The song is called Supernal Flame, and I realise I've only just said that right at the end. And as far as I can see, there is no album. I suspect there's one on the way, though. Surely you don't do all that for one song and then wander away, do you? You're getting an album together, guys. Admit it. Put a comment in, ARKAIK, if you see this, and let us know, is there an album on the way? Because that's a killer song. It reminded me a little bit, actually. I think you thought this was over. It reminded me a little bit of one Archspire, just when he's doing the really fast vocal part. Admittedly, it's not Archspire, but that was what popped into my head. And the other thing that popped into my head was, he said, pausing it, unpausing it, Legion. It reminded me a bit of a Legion, which is a major compliment. Please take it as a major compliment that you remind me of those two bands. There you go. ARKAIK. Hope to hear some more from them. I want that t-shirt.